Chance to hear from the community, share a little bit about what's going on, good, bad, and the ugly in D.C., and just get a chance to see some of these new venues here at JMU.
Jonathan Agler is the president of James Madison University. He explained the purpose of U.S. Senator Mark Warner's roundtable event at Madison Hotel.
We were asked to host Senator Warner and then to introduce him, and it was a great honor, frankly, to have him here in our community. It's always important when you have that opportunity for an elected official to hear directly from the people about what's on their minds, what are the important issues of the day. So it was a delight to be able to have this conversation.
I questioned Senator Warner about the Mueller investigation.
The public deserves the answers of the Russian interference and what happened and didn't happen, not only in terms of what happened in 2016, but how we make sure it doesn't happen again in 2020. Special Prosecutor Mueller, who's already got 7 guilty pleas and over 30 indictments. The American people need to know what he has discovered. He needs to have to finish his work. I know from our bipartisan investigation, the Senate Intelligence Committee investigation, we're still doing our job, but Mueller actually has access to more people and more resources than we do. And I'm anxious for him to get finished, but I need to know what's happened, and I'm very concerned that Mr. Trump has appointed an acting attorney general that seems like his biggest asset, that he's simply a Trump loyalist. And I believe Mr. Whitaker, the acting attorney general, has a gross conflict of interest because it was involved with one of the individuals who's under investigation by Mr. Mueller. He was a close affiliate of a gentleman named Sam Clovis, and he's been at least the subject of Mueller inquiries. He was affiliated with 2 of the individuals, Mr. Papadopoulos and who's been pled guilty already. I know these are a lot of names, and people kind of get caught behind. Suffice it to say that the sooner the president can guarantee that he put forward somebody else as attorney general, or get Mr. Whitaker to recuse himself from interfering in the Mueller investigation, the better for all concerned. And the vast majority of my Republican colleagues have said they feel like Mueller should be able to finish his job. I hope they will either stay by their words and pass legislation to protect the special prosecutor, or put pressure on the administration to have Mr. Whitaker recuse himself.
Warner says President Donald Trump has not made any surprising moves during the Mueller investigation.
I think we all saw the fact that the president was going to get rid of Attorney General Sessions. The president's got that right to pick whomever he wants to be Attorney General, but he's got to pick someone, I believe, that will allow the Mueller investigation to conclude and get its results to the public.
Warner explained he is watching the investigation very closely.
Yeah, I'm very involved, obviously, as the Vice Chairman of the Intelligence Committee. This is right in kind of my wheelhouse. I know how much more we've got to finish our work as well.
Warner says he came to discuss a variety of issues, which he says has not received much attention, including trade wars, the opioid epidemic, and new programs, including JMU's drone delivery. The senator took questions during the event.
And when I raise the issue with people like Walmart, who have large distribution centers here, they tell us that taxing is not a big issue for them. They pay taxes all the time. They're used to that kind of thing. It's the local trucker or the mom and pop that's going to have the issue with it, but there has to be some way that we can probably incorporate some sort of means to do it. Because I agree with you, not a single thing is going to be done to that road until we figure out how we're going to pay for it.
And you may recall, back when I was governor, I allowed at least the possibility of 81 to be taken out of the interstate bucket and, looked at tolling options.
Right.
And, there was a lot of pushback. And frankly, then Governor McDonald got rid of 81, moved to 95, and we never moved on.
Harrisonburg City Councilman Chris Jones asked the senator about how to resolve the financial separation among residents.
The divide is so vast. It's 3.5%, maybe 5% African Americans in Harrisonburg, 78%, Caucasian. So this isn't a black-white problem. Mm-hmm. This is just straight up people problem. The chasm between the two is so wide, and we just need help. The affordable housing, it's not there. The reinvestment, it's just not there.
So if I can, incent a business to provide real training and give a disproportionate advantage for people that, one level for people that make more than 90,000, less than 90,000, and a higher level for people that make less than 45,000.
The president of the Rockingham-Harrisonburg NAACP, Monica Robinson, was among the city and civic leaders.
I thought he did a good job of updating us on what's going on in D.C. A very nonpartisan approach to the good and the bad. I think that it was good.
But Robinson says she has some concerns about the senator's comments on women getting federal funds to go into business.
I thought that was a good thing, but the one thing that struck me was that how do we get access to that? We're always hearing about programs that are available, grant programs that are available, but accessing those programs are what is the hard part. So I'm hoping that if we were to contact his office, we would be able to access those programs.
The JMU president says he appreciates Warner's obligation to education in Virginia.
Well, I love the fact that the senator recognizes the importance and the value of education in our society. To me, when we talk about things like workforce development and our economic health as a nation, education is front and center. And I think the senator recognizes and acknowledges that point.
He too enjoyed Warner's roundtable discussion.
It was terrific. Senator Warner is very real. He tells it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat issues, and he's also very bipartisan. So much of what he talks about is just common sense reform and the big issues and challenges that we need to face together. And I thought he gave us a healthy dose of both optimism and realism in his comments.
In Harrisonburg, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.